It is Mother's Day 2020, and we a little bit more of an exciting day than usual here on Sheep Guarding Llama. We yesterday had the crew come out and take a look at our pillars on the front of our house and our roof, and give an idea of when they could start and what they could do. And they wanted to find out what materials they needed, and they were originally like, oh, we could come out like probably Wednesday and maybe get started. We're like, yeah, Wednesday, great, that's fast. And then they called back like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, and we're like, could we come out tomorrow morning? We're like, yeah. So we thought they were coming at 9, but by 8:30 this morning, they came over and this happened. We now have, it's only middle of the day now, it's kind of noonish, we have no pillars and the roof is down. And it's been quite an exciting morning. We managed to take a really cool time lapse of the whole thing, and I got some live video on my phone of the last pillar coming down, and Mia is chasing a squirrel in a tree. But this is absolutely fantastic. This all came down. It was cool. They put in probably an hour and a half, taking the actual roof itself down because it used to extend out here, and once that was down, we were really worried that the pillars might break loose as they did that, but they stayed. But the first 3 pillars he was able to just push down, and then the last one he had to take a hammer to get it weakened just a little bit. But you can really see, I mean, that was some the thud, the boom through the neighborhood. We weren't even out here. We were in the backyard, and suddenly the ground shook, and we're like, "Oh, the pillars are coming down!" We came running up to the front. It was really something to see. So very cool morning here at the house, and this has been just one of those things driving us crazy for a long time. We've been so afraid that they were going to fall and possibly hurt somebody, or tear off the roof, or just collapse and do some damage. It's been something we've been very concerned about for a safety and house maintenance reasons, but also it has looked just terrible, and already it looks so much better, and the house is so bright. The hallway suddenly is all bright. The living room is much brighter. It is just so much nicer already. Now the crew is supposed to be back in an hour or so with a trailer to start picking all this up. So quite a mess out here to get. Yet that's going to be the bigger part of the job, but how exciting. What very cool day here at SGL. By the end of the day, after a full day of working, this is our new front yard. It's incredible. We have so much more space. It looks so much more modern, and it doesn't have the pillars falling over. We loved the look of the pillars. There's no getting around it. They were cool. And if you look at the old pictures of the house, which are still up on like Zillow and stuff, you can definitely see why we like the old pillars. But once they started to go, they looked awful, and there's just no fixing them. No realistic way to fix them. Now it looks cool. That one of our neighbors did the exact same thing, so we were able to see it first. You can see here that the concrete here had sunk about 6 or 7 inches down into the lawn. That's why they were always underwater. It was because of all the water underneath them that they sank so much. But now you can really see just how much it went down, because you can stand right above it and look down on it. But what a crazy day. So after all of that, and we still have this pile. They didn't take this because that's municipal garbage. We're just waiting for the city to come take that. But they cleaned all this up. We had all those pillars laying here this morning. They got all of those taken away, and it's just such a relief. And I'm gonna step over here, and I don't know if it's how clear, but this is the front that they built to finish off the roof. It looks beautiful. The whole thing is just great. Now we need to wash all of our windows. The amount of light going into the living room is way up, but more importantly, the light going into the hallway is way up. It's so much brighter inside. And then our plan is we're going to replace this door with a frosted glass door, so we get all that light as well. It's going to completely change the whole front of the house. Like, it's going to be just completely light and bright and open and feel really nice. So that's the direction we're headed. And so that was going on all day. They were probably here for, I bet, 8 hours working on all this. They put in a lot of work and did an amazing job. We'll be using them for other projects in the future for sure. And we do have plans. We have Ken not scheduled, but on the docket to come and paint the house. We haven't completely decided on the color yet, but we're going to get the whole thing painted modern and clean and new, because I don't think it's been painted for at least 20 years and maybe longer. And the color is just meh. So we're going to update that significantly so that we match some of the really nice modern ones at the other end of the street. They're the same style as us, they've just modernized. So we're going to match with them, and I think it's going to look really nice. So we watched some of the Budgeteers today. We're on season 2, which is great. This is funny. The first season of the Budgeteers was really bad, and the second season is really good. And so we're really liking it. In the first season, they went to Southeast Asia, and it was very... they were still figuring things out, even though Southeast Asia is super cool. But in season 2, they did the United States, Mexico, and Central America. So it was all places we knew. And we were like, how are they going to do these places on a budget? So it's very interesting to watch that. And we watched some Voyager. We had salmon burgers for dinner on the grill. Yummy. And the kids mostly hanging out with their cousins or doing their own thing. They've had kind of a quiet day, although they did play, both of them, some of the Raccoon Lagoon VR, because that is quite popular, but they can only play for about 45 minutes before they start getting motion sickness, so they don't do a ton of it. And other than that, we've been sitting outside because it is a beautiful day. Although it's supposed to be so warm tomorrow, we may have to go back to air conditioning, but we're still on the windows open right now. Backyard was fogged for mosquitoes today, maybe twice. And I forgot yesterday to mention that for lunch we had fried spring rolls. Very good. That's something new that we were just trying. And that's about it. Gonna call it a day. Go relax and talk to everybody tomorrow.